Okay, hear me out. There's no better feeling than when you have plans with somebody and you're feeling like your social battery's drained, but you don't want to cancel on them and be a bad friend. And they text you saying that they're feeling the same way and they'd like to postpone the plans like a week or two. That's my love language. It's currently February 1st and I'm having what I call a potato reset day. So a mix of lazy activities and also being a little bit productive. I did a full in-depth video on how I track my habits and kind of organize myself for the month ahead. I'm gonna take you along with my day. I made myself a to-do list. First thing I need to do that I don't want to do at all is I need to make 2 phone calls. I need to schedule my oil change and schedule my seamstress appointment to get alterations done on my wedding dress. I figured you guys could keep me company and accountable because I hate making phone calls.
Can you tell me the name?
It's Brittany. Thank you so much. See you then. Bye. I honestly have not been in my workout era recently. I guess I just never really expected the wedding to put like so much extra pressure on how I look, and typically how I react when something's like bothering me is I avoid it to avoid that feeling. As you guys know, I'm usually like in my yoga era and I go to classes and I have a studio, and that's kind of what has worked with me for the past year and a half or 2 years. So a few months ago I decided to quit the studio. I say like quit the studio, but it honestly felt very dramatic because I was like there's no need for me to spend money on this. I'm gonna work out on my own. Like we have this home gym and I'm like I should just be using that. Lately I've just been feeling so much pressure to work out a certain way. I feel like it got in my head that yoga is like not good enough and I needed to be like building muscle and doing like more structured weight workouts, and then I tried to do it and it's not like I hated it. I enjoyed it, but I feel like I didn't love it, and it wasn't like, oh, I can't wait to get in the gym like the way that I felt when I did yoga, because it was like for my body and my mind. And also when you do yoga, I feel like it's so focused on how you feel rather than how you look, whereas when I do weight training I feel really focused on like form, and I don't know, like it makes me feel like this robotic thing, and I don't know if that's gonna make sense or like resonate with anybody else, but I do like doing it, but I don't think it's the only thing that can be in my routine, because I love dance workouts, I love yoga, I love Pilates, I love, going for walks, and I feel like I just need to accept that I'm never gonna have like a strict routine, kind of like every other area in my life. Like I try not to ever have a very strict routine that I can't stray from, because it just doesn't work for me and I always end up failing. But I think I'm trying to learn recently that it's not failing, it's just that I like to do a lot of different things and so that's not a bad thing. I just wanted to like talk about it a little bit because it's definitely been on my mind, and I get like angry at myself because I'm like I don't want to put this much energy into this topic of just like how I look. And then what's happened the past like month or so is honestly been going through a lot just in general, so I'm gonna give myself a little grace. But I have been wanting to get back into working out recently, but since I left the studio and I don't want to do weight training, I've just been doing nothing or doing like treadmill walks here and there, because I'm like, well, I started to do weight training, so I have to pick up where I left off. And because I have no interest in going back to weight training, I'm like, oh, well, it'd be better just to like keep pushing it off and keep not doing anything until I feel ready to get back into that routine that I had like stopped and not completed. This all wraps back up into the perfectionism, which I won't shut up about, but like it's so annoying how it just infiltrates so many areas of my life. And I just like, my biggest goal for this year was to feel at peace and talk nicer to myself, and I just feel like this is another example of how like it's okay to just trust your intuition. Like specifically talking about workouts, it's okay to trust your intuition and do whatever type of workout that you want to do that day. it's okay if it wasn't like in your original plan. So that's something I'm trying to say to myself. And I've been feeling like the biggest urge to go back to like scheduled classes at a studio, because honestly it's like the only way that I have found that I can take different types of classes. I can do kettlebells, Pilates, yoga, and like restorative classes and mix up the routine, but all I have to do is get myself in the door and someone else is planning my entire workout. I don't have to worry about like, okay, I'm doing this many reps, this many sets, I'm working out for this amount of time. I just have to get myself in the door, and honestly that works the best for me. And I think I just need to accept that and like lean into it rather than being like, no, I need to be XYZ. I think the biggest thing is just to like be nice to ourselves and not beat ourselves down for like wanting to do a good thing and like move our bodies. It's just so hard with like everything online, and again like with the wedding, I just never expected so many, I don't know, I just feel like there's this whole like culture around weddings to like look your best, and it's very overwhelming to try to like meet that standard because I just want to be me. And so I don't know, but that's kind of where I'm at in terms of that. I don't have any answers. I'm just in the progress phase, but thank you for listening. Let's get back to the reset.
In the morning, when you walk away, my heart drops to the floor. They said it would get easier, but I don't know who for. Days move faster now, I swear, I can feel them slip away. But some things last forever, the love that never fades. It's easy to make promises for the young and free, but you kept every word you said, and you stayed true to me. We lean into the great beyond, there's more love yet to make. 'Cause some things last forever, but love that never fades. Slowly as his mind lost more every day. Quietly she walked beside and tended in her way. Now the bed he built for two is cold, but her memories have stayed. Because some things last forever, the love that never fades. Dishes and tears, I'm standing here, I know it sounds cliche. A blanket of this history covers me today.
I got really far on my to-do list yesterday. Today we're gonna do our monthly vision board. Me and my friend Hannah were supposed to go to a workshop today, but it actually canceled this morning. I swear to God, I feel like me and the universe are like this recently. I really wanted a few days to just literally be by myself and do whatever I want. And now like we're here. And I have the whole weekend. So honestly, I was very excited for the workshop, but they're just gonna push it to next weekend. And I feel like I really needed this weekend to just like chill. I did finish my painting yesterday, so I was happy about that. First painting I finished in quite a bit. Actually, it had been so long that I completely forgot how I even signed my paintings. So that was humbling. I forgot that I had all my clean makeup brushes. So far this month, my PMDD has not been very bad. If I refer to my PMDD as an it, it's because I don't know her, do not identify with her. But usually when it's really bad, I fixate a lot on work. I was very curious if my symptoms would be better this month because I actually made steps to making that area of my life better. I was feeling a little bit of anxiety about the fact that I had kind of overcommitted myself at a time that I'm not feeling like my best and I don't really want to be super social, and I had already made those plans, so it was like, well, there's nothing I can do. I just have to suck it up. Overall, I'm very surprised so far that I'm feeling so good. I'm really hoping that like all of this change is going to be really good for me and have a longer lasting effect when it comes to PMDD, and it's not just this time. Something's going on out there. Samson literally just almost smashed the entire mirror in our living room. Let's talk about how to make a vision board that's actually going to inspire you all month and get you really excited and is not going to be too hard to put together. I opened Canva and Pinterest as usual, and I have no rhyme or reason to how I really set up this board, but it's February, so I'm obviously going to lean into like the pinks and reds, set the vibe for the season. First things first, you're going to want to look into your calendar and figure out what the heck is happening that month. If you're going to do things with friends, or you have specific things that you want to do by yourself, or you have things like on your calendar that are kind of gonna happen no matter what, find photos that represent those exact plans that you have. So in my case, I wanted to do some scrapbooking this month. I have plans to go to clay time. I have certain books that I want to read this month, especially Rebel Witch, which is coming out, I think, February 17th. I am so excited to read that. I actually got Casey to read that book recently, and he also enjoyed it, and we're gonna buddy read that for Valentine's Day, so I'm very excited about that. Next thing is you're gonna want to throw in some quotes about any specific goals or like feelings that you've had lately. Just kind of poke around Pinterest. They always have millions of things to choose from, but I love picking out quotes that are going to keep me motivated or match the vibe I'm going for that month, whether it's a month where I'm trying to like really get after it or I'm trying to slow down. This month was kind of a combination of both, trying to take care of myself, but at the same time I've been kind of out of routine with certain self-care things, so trying to get back into it a little bit. Also, definitely use your own photos. Like if you have any and you take pretty photos, throw them in there because it will feel more personal. Any habits that you're working on, goals for the month, also any just pretty things that make you happy, and make the vision board actually pretty to look at because you're going to set this as your background on your phone and on your laptop or whatever devices that you use. I absolutely love this method of planning. I feel like it just keeps me so motivated and accountable, and I'm such a visual learner, or like I love just seeing things visually. It's like a little scrapbooking activity. I hope you guys are having a good February so far. I'm so happy you're here. Hope you stick around, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.